it is safe to say this place is absolutely magnificent. Wow. This is incredible. It's one of the nicest clubhouses I've ever seen, at least at a public golf course. Got a freaking salon for freaking weddings, dude. That's crazy. It's incredible. I could just walk around here all day and just hang out and not be mad about it. Everything here is just, this has got to be new top 5 at least in my top 5 courses in Metro Detroit. Has to be up there. What's up, everybody? It's Buffalo Ben 15 Golf back at it again. And today we are at the Cherry Creek Golf Club in Shelby Township, Michigan.
Mike, we are not driving.
And 21 episodes later, for all of you guys who have been wanting to see Nate back on the channel, he is here. And he is as good as he's ever been. He's been playing on the club golf team at Grand Valley State, and his handicap right now is a 2.3, so I've definitely got my work cut out for me in order to beat him today. We're going to see how we can do against him, if we can keep up with his monster drives and that lethal 2-iron of his. And that's a pretty darn good drive to start out. That is much better than what you guys saw at Knob North. Fairway first hole. If I play bad today, I told myself whatever I shoot today, it doesn't matter. I'm posting this, period. Because it would be unfair to Lance if I never posted one. I tell you what, a round where I struggle to break 85, maybe even 90, is definitely in play on a course like this. Cherry Creek, even from the gold tees which we're playing today, which aren't terribly long, they're only 6,300 yards. It is a 71.0 rating and a 136 slope. There's just something about Pine Trace and Cherry Creek, which are owned by the same people, owned and operated. There's just something about when there's a lack of length, a lot of tricky shots, a lot of really tricky greens that have a lot of dimension to them, a lot of different shapes to them, a lot of very strategically placed bunkers, a lot of hazards that are pretty difficult to see. But sometimes those crazy greens can work in your favor.
Here it comes. Oh my goodness.
I tell you what, it certainly felt like cheating. I needed to hit that shot perfectly to stop it right on that fringe. I carried it maybe 2 feet too long. That is how much that shot demanded, and luckily I got the roll back.
Was to save par.
And here's Nate's putt for par after his chip.
Beautiful stroke. That's a real test of intestinal fortitude right there.
Like he never skipped a beat. It's been almost a year since you've seen Nate on the channel, 21 vlogs later. And yeah, he is hungry to beat me at my own game here. He actually recommended this course to me. I told him I was in town the week between me finishing up my spring semester at Ferris and then going on to the internship at Bucks Run, where I currently am. Living in Mount Pleasant for the summer. And let me tell you what, guys, I have played some dandies so far. The next course vlog you'll see after this one will be at one of the kind of central Michigan golf courses that I've really been looking forward to play. One that I mentioned in my scheduling news and plans little update video I made a couple months ago. And it's hard to believe that it's been a couple months since this has all happened. This round was played on May 8th, but the week before this, on April 30th, I passed my PAT with a score of 156 for 36 holes. So that's 12 over the course of 36 holes. Didn't have many shots like this, I can tell you that, if I was shooting that good.
Oh, you lucky little rascal.
That was a pretty awful tee
So,
shot. I did make it over, but
just showing you guys where I'm at here. But yeah, me getting back to what I was saying, I tell you what, guys, I wasn't able to record myself because, I mean, tournament rules and stuff like that. Plus, I really did want to focus, like, solely on golf and not really filming, you know? And I think I did a pretty darn good job of it. Now, this looks more like the 156 PAT passing me. I mean, that was absolutely crunched.
there we go, guys.
Giving you the mock muscle flex. Can't really say it's real because I don't have much on there. Yeah, little skin and bones me. And at this point in this video, I was like 15, 20 pounds heavier than I am now because, hey man, that cafeteria food at the college, just swiping my card and staying there as long as I want to. It's basically all you can eat buffet every single day. And I tell you what, it did not do any good for me. And but yeah, hey, it didn't stop me from passing the PAT, right? So my plan with that, and that's the one thing I wanted to mention, and you may have saw that in like the title screen. I didn't record any of that myself, but my dad was actually there watching me. He actually, quote unquote, caddied for me. I don't think there were any spectators allowed, but you could have a caddy with you because it was a PGA of America sanctioned event. It wasn't like an MHSAA or an MIGCA event or anything like that, like in the past. And so he caddied for me. He didn't really do much. He just basically, the reason he was there, he just wanted to watch me play. He just maybe keep my clubs dry because it was kind of rainy in the morning. It got nicer later in the day. But yeah, he recorded maybe 25, 30 of my shots over the course of the 36 holes. And what I'm planning on doing is maybe at the start of the 2023 fall semester, when I'm back in Big Rapids doing PGM-based stuff, maybe once I have some of the Central Michigan golf vlogs out of the way, like I got to do the Bucks Run, I got to do the Emerald, I got to do the Quest in Houghton Lake, I got to do the Tamaracks in Harrison, which is one that I didn't find out about until I got here, but it was an absolutely gorgeous kind of northern woodlands course. Really, really cool place. And also Eagle Glen. I got it. Once like those are all done, I'll probably post like a PAT highlight video. My dad still has all the shots on his phone. And I'll definitely get that set up for you guys once I have the time and once my content shifts to be a little bit more conducive back to that when I'm doing some videos at Cat Key Golf Course. And maybe some matches, maybe some like range like videos where I like tell you like what I've been working on with my swing and stuff like that. That's my plan. Hopefully I'll be able to stick to it. Like I said, guys, some Central Michigan golf is coming at some beautiful courses, and I'm going to get them out as soon as I can. This Cherry Creek one right here was like the first of the summer, but it wasn't like the courses that I'm like going to be focusing on, even though I need to not shift my focus to the future and focus on the present, and that's how you wimp putts, because you just start daydreaming almost. So that's 3 straight bogeys in a row, unfortunately, and Nate pulls ahead by 2 shots now with that putt there. He's 1 over. He's gone par, bogey, par. I've gone bogey, bogey, bogey. And now that I've kind of talked to you guys about some stuff that I've been planning, just what more videos I've been accumulating, and apparently more distance with my driver. I tell you what, guys, this was a day where I wanted my driver to be on like no other club, because guess what? Another update, I am gaming a new driver. No more Blue Buffalo Cobra Fly Z. I know. Can you believe it? It's crazy. And I still do use my Cobra Fly Z from time to time. And I'm sure that, I don't know, I'll probably use it for a couple of rounds. I might do like a challenge video with it to see like a long drive competition, like where I hit one drive with my Cobra Fly Z and one with my new driver, and maybe like play 9 holes like on a dead day and like off of both drives and see what I score, and see if like my new driver not only helps my distance but also helps my score. But as we all know, putting is a much larger determinant to a score in golf than your driver. You hit maybe, because you have to subtract the par 3s, maximum 14 shots with your driver each round. You hit almost triple that in putts, between double and triple that. And hopefully closer to double. If you can make putts like these, it definitely helps. Left to right breaker, tough from this distance. Hard to control those, but I get that one to go, and it feels real good to get a par. And I tell you what, you will see me more often after a good drive make a bogey, because I play the rest of the hole like crap, as opposed to when I hit a terrible drive and then hit a crazy shot from a place where I got no angle, you know. So real good testament to that there.
And that's where he's headed, just a little bit right of it, but this ball appears to be hammered.
Oh, wow. Do I even need a new driver?
It's calling your name. It's scared. It's gonna go away.
The final round with you, but it will be a good one.
I tell you what, guys, there's a reason why I've had this driver since 7th grade, or at least the same head since 7th grade. I mean, I've changed the shaft, I've changed the grip a couple times. Some of my old videos, like where I first broke 80 at Farmington Hills, that's when I had the black head Cobra Fly Z, but now I have a blue one. I changed to the blue one at the beginning of 2021, and I've had the same shaft and the same grip in it ever since. It is,
I mean, this is a
there's a reason, guys.
bunker.
It's drives like those.
Holy moly.
It's keeping it in play. It is a super consistent driver. The speed channel, where it has like a little of, I don't know, gutter, I suppose, like all the way around the face, it makes the feedback so much better, because the face like plays slightly smaller than it looks. But the driver, just with its profile, with how deep it is, it just has a really good way of making you feel comfortable over the ball. And you also get the feedback of any kind of lower handicap driver that like maybe the scratch golfers and the PGA Tour players would use, because of that speed channel. And it just makes you know exactly where you strike that face without even looking at it. It's such a beneficial thing for me, and it has been for a number of years. And I tell you what, playing against the guys in the MHSAA state championship back in 2021, the guys at PGM, my driver is ancient compared to some of those guys, but I keep up with them just because I just have a niche for it, you know.
So
And I wish I had a niche for 6-footers.
4 to get down. 40 yards from the flag.
Hey, 2019 rules say that if you double hit the ball, it only counts as one stroke. And who's to say that my tap-in stroke doesn't involve that little rake back, right? You guys know what I mean. There's such a thing as like a tap-in stroke, you know? But anyways, guys, just on a more serious note, just not a good bogey there after such a good drive. Just got really cowardice on that second shot. Didn't really turn all the way through that 5-wood. Was just going to try to feather it and just kind of steer it with my hands instead of just turning with my body. And we all know what that causes. The kind of weak push, and that's exactly what happened. Put myself in a terrible spot with that bunker short-sided, and kind of had a putt like this where I gotta just get it over the ridge at die speed, and then it goes downhill. It was actually slightly uphill to the ridge here on this 15th green. And as you guys see here, that putt is rolling so slow for those last like 3-4 seconds of it. If you gave me 10 putts at that hole, I would probably get 2 of them closer than that. That was an above average effort. That's how tough these greens are at Cherry Creek. Just the little inflections in the terrain. This is a pretty flat course, honestly, but with the inflections of the terrain, they've just kept it all the way through the course, whether it be the rough, the fairway, the bunkers, or the greens. And the designers just did such a good job of that, which makes putts like that, those testers, so difficult, because you want to just kind of give it some authority, and you almost can't when it breaks that much, because if you miss, then you're bringing 4-putt into play, and obviously that's not what I wanted to do there. And I definitely do need to avoid making any more mistakes here. +5 through 6, and this is the tightest par 5 on the golf course, even though it's one of the shortest. OB to the left, dense woods to the right that I barely avoid. And I tell you what, it's just such an intimidating tee shot because you got that freeway right to your left. It's just such a distracting thing to hear it. But that fairway is really, really close to that left edge of out of bounds. The width of the rough on the right side of the first fairway is probably double what it is on the left. So really intimidating tee shot. And then I have to just carve a 5-wood around those tree limbs and also get it over a creek up there to a narrow back to front green. It was just nothing going for me on that shot, and I pulled it off perfectly. I tell you what, that was the most important shot of the round up till this point. And as you see here, my work's not done yet. Got a really weird stance due to the bunker being right behind me. Just carried it by a foot or so. And it just makes that chip so tough. Just catch it a little thin. And unfortunately, we are not going to have a tap-in birdie that we thought we might have when we first looked at the yardage on the card. Don't lick your chops raw, folks. Lessons from Buffalo Bend 15 Golf. Rule 1 of playing a new course Earn it, don't expect it. And I tell you what, there is no better way to sum up most rounds of golf. You have to go out and earn it. You cannot expect things to come your way. The course plays different from day to day. Due to pin locations, it's not the same thing. That's why it's just so challenging each time you go out. If it was the same exact course every time with the same weather, the same wind, the same humidity, the same consistency of the ground, the same pin locations, the same distances, this would be a much, much easier game. But the fact is, that's just not what golf is. And you just have to tell yourself sometimes that you can't fight it. You just have to remember that. And so, with all that being said, just kind of little low point in the action here as I just try to gather what I'm talking about, as Nate unfortunately misses that putt. And just gonna knock it in for bogey. Yeah, he did not have a good hole, and after watching him miss that putt, it definitely made that hole look a lot smaller on this 3.5, 4-ish footer. But I do need to make it. And this is one of the flatter greens on the golf course. It is kind of a tabletop green, but once you get on it, it's not super crazy. And here we go. Big putt right here. We get it to fall. We've kind of been 50-50 from that range today, haven't we? It's made it tough to score, but we've done good enough to keep ourselves in the hunt here. This is a short par 3, pretty large green for how short the hole is, a little bit larger than 15. And they had the tees moved up to the maroon tee box today, so instead of the yardage on the card playing 149, it played like 120 today. It was what we scoped it at. And just that same kind of shot, same kind of swing, like I said, on hole 15, do a really good job of it, and put myself in a really good position here to score on this one with an uphill putt right to left. And I just barely leave it short. I mean, that was close. I knew I needed to make that if I wanted a realistic bid at breaking 40 on this 9. And now we need an eagle on the final hole. And this final par 5, guys, it is not easy. It is a 506-yard dogleg to the left, and there's water and really dense kind of brush over to the left, and as you see, I block this one to the right. That's probably, honestly, my worst drive so far on this hole. Nate cuts it a little close on the left, but he's going to be in absolutely fine shape. He's definitely going to be able to go for the green in 2, while I, unfortunately, have a very tenuous layup.
I can reach it with this club, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think the lie's going to leak on me that much. Maybe a touch. Or like spire on top of the clubhouse is probably what I'm going on.
With water left and having to fade it around the tree if I want to get this close to the green, this unfortunately is going to be a layup. We're going to have to make birdie the old-fashioned way if we want to get our 40. And I tell you what, 40 would be nothing to be ashamed of on a course this difficult the first time I've seen it. Like I said, 136 slope. So definitely would be a heck of an accomplishment to shoot a 40, honestly. And this shot right here, it's just another kind of weak push where I'm trying to steer it a little bit because I'm afraid of pulling it because the water kind of goes diagonally, as you kind of see here. With the way the green slopes, the more you take it at that pin, which is tucked on that left side, they had this pin in a pretty tough spot, the more water you have to carry, and I kind of just try to steer a pitching wedge, just try to hit it perfect, and No golf shot's ever perfect, you know what I'm saying? And neither is this chip. Just don't get it quite as far as I need to on the downslope. Kind of goes off to the side faster than it goes down toward the hole. Kind of fell victim to that. Nate and I both in that kind of collection area.
That is better than most. Better than most.
I suppose that collection area is where you collect your pars, especially ones that you need in order to break 40, and that's exactly what Nate just did after going in the water after his second shot. Unbelievable. I tell you what, that gave me a jolt of energy like nothing else, and now I'm thinking, okay, drain this for a 41 plus 5 on a course you've never seen, first thing in the morning, 136 slope. That would make me feel really good. If he can, I can.
Takes the shot, score! Earhart fires it home, and Buffalo wins it in overtime.
41. That's not bad for a new course with a 136 slope.
And that is certainly not too shabby for the first round on the golf vlog of summer 2023. End up shooting an 80 plus 8 because we played the back 9 first. I would have told you that, but I mean, kind of self-explanatory with how early it was. And the fact that I didn't tell you, oh my God, I mean, even through 9 holes, look at the par and the name pop up next to my name when the shot tracer comes up. And obviously that didn't happen. But guys, really, really consistent round of golf. Seeing a lot of 4s and 5s, sprinkle in some 3s in there, only 1 6. Made a lot of great putts. I tell you what, it was a great day for the putter and the driving accuracy. 7 out of 13 fairways, 8 out of 18 greens, 33 putts. You're not going to get much worse than 80 with those stats, guys. The correlation's there. You hit the green, you make your par. You don't, you're most likely going to get a bogey. Just makes sense. And if you're getting 8, 9, 10 greens in regulation, that is how you break 80. You're just getting yourself on there. It doesn't matter how. As you saw there, I had some good tee shots, like on hole 14, and I had some bad tee shots, like on hole 16 and hole 18. But the difference was the putter. The difference was the position I put myself when I got on that green, how efficient I was when I got on that green. And it was a heck of a sight to see. And it's great to see that my putting stroke improvements, what I've been working on, have been coming such a long way. And I tell you what, it was great to have Nate back on the channel. 21 vlogs, almost a year later. Can't believe it's been that long. That's too long. That's way too long, let me tell you. We all love Blazin Hazen, don't we? Man, oh man. Cherry Creek, I will be back. What a place. Really, really nice course. All right, guys. That's all for now. Can't wait to see you guys up in Central Michigan. This is Buffalo Ben 15 signing off. Have a good day, everyone.